Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. It is finally here. After 2 years in the making, the HHP app is launched and ready to go. I am so excited. There's been so much blood, sweat, and tears put into this. I wanted to make this something where you can go to right at your fingertips to do wherever, whenever, to integrate a holistic health, wellness, energetic, and spiritual lifestyle. Whether it be on-demand videos, live stream classes, events. We have our community page for us to all interact with one another. We have the shop of holistic products. We have programs right at your fingertips. If you need one-on-one coaching or healings, right there as well. You can literally just click and set it up with yours truly. I'm also bringing on professionals from other industries to come in and speak to us about these certain things like astrology, human design, our functional integrative medical doctors, all different aspects of health, wellness, spirituality right at your fingertips. And you can do this wherever, whenever. I'm so excited for you to be a part of the community. I will see you inside. And guess what? You get a 5-day free trial. Try it out. See if you like it. Cancel whenever you want. I will leave the link in the show notes, and I will see you inside of the Holistic Human Performance app. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale, and we have our astrologer back with us today, Jake Santora, which, guys, I don't know if you heard, we're so excited about this. Jake has officially joined the HHP team, and he will be guiding astrology analysis readings, which I'll have Jake explain a little bit more about. But we have some big things coming up. We were literally just like chatting about this before we started recording, but we have so many cool things coming to you guys. He's officially on the team, and so you guys can head right either onto the website, holistichumanperformance.co/coaching. He's right on there, or you can go literally right inside of the app, Holistic Human Performance app, and you can schedule on there. So we're really excited, but we're going to chat some astrology. We have some new things. So what's up? Hi, Jake.
Yeah, hi Jenna, and I'm so grateful for your support and for bringing me on the team. You built something iconic, is the word I continue to use, and I knew it from day one. And right, manifestations and how things work is always such great to enjoy the journey. I think me and you preach that to everybody we work with, and I think we've just enjoyed how this came together and trusting the intuition. So I'm so grateful to be part of such an iconic brand program and the trust to have. And we'll get into Aries season for everybody. We'll have more, I think, next week or the weeks to come with like a Instagram live and share more of the depth. But before we go Aries, I think this is also the value and love of astrology for me. And it's the realization that when you can really have this map and understand to such a high degree yourself, but also then to see these types of experience come to fruition. Like this is such a special moment, I think, for both of us, and the reality of seeing, right? We talk about these houses, and the houses are manifestations of our experiences. And any astrology analysis we want to do with anybody that wants to join, we'll talk about these manifestations and the energy. But Jenna and I have a very strong seventh house, both of us. Mine is Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter. And I understand the level that goes into that of how much value, especially being a Sun specific element in my seventh house, like relationships, one-on-one time is everything. And I have a deeper clarity of what I can bring to the table, by just being the best version of myself and what the partner or the others on the other side are receiving. And for you, Jenna, you've got Neptune and Uranus in there, and I just think the value of how we see that spiritual sense and someone being their authentic self. Those are kind of the partnerships that have fruition to beautiful manifestations. So, even going to the relationship, I'm like looking at our charts, I'm like, oh, like wow, like what an opportunity to see these charts come together. And that's the power of astrology. We will absolutely chat, um, seasonalities, these energies of the planets, but man, it's so incredible when you see the experiences manifest in real life. And then you look at your map and you just have such a high insight and clarity to consciousness that delivers to like, oh my God, this is going to be an amazing relationship. This is going to be incredible business and an opportunity together. So that's the little tidbit of just a real life experience game of these things are manifesting right before your eyes. Getting into astrology and having access to your map, it just gives you so much more clarity and perspective to optimize this energetic potential. So fired up to talk about Aries and all that today, but wanted to share just when we're talking, like, there's this true essence of life that brings in, and that's the best thing about astrology to me.
100%. And when I started to really apply astrology to my life, it started to like make sense to me where I was headed with this, like where my life was headed, where my relationships were headed, where this business was headed. And, obviously entrepreneurship is like I always say this personal development on crack and like if you really want to go on a personal development journey, just become an entrepreneur because nothing will do more for you than that. And when I started to lean into because Jake really broke it down for me. I feel like I've gotten astrology readings before, but number one, there's so much to it. Number two, it's a whole education system in itself. Number three, it's a lot of information. And so if someone's not explaining it to you, and like obviously everyone has their own methodology, their own philosophy when they apply this stuff, but it was so, I don't know, something about the way that Jake um, unraveled this system and how you can actually just apply it to your life. It just started to make sense to me to a point where when I started to apply it, number one, the way that we collaborate now is like on another level, which is so cool. And I know for myself, I think uh Libra is in, I don't remember which house. Oh, my fourth house. I think it was Jupiter and Libra, which I was kind of
Jupiter, Libra in the fourth. Yep, you got it.
yeah, and I was learning more about like my just like abundance and like work style and things of that nature. And when I started to understand that, I'm like, oh, like, I mean, because I've always been a collaborative individual, but even though holistic human performance right now is like me running the show, basically, I know that I've always said I'm focused on collaborations, and that's exactly what's unraveled, especially for 2025. So it's cool to, again, apply this information and be able to see kind of what unfolds and you're like, huh, you look back and you're like, oh wait, that makes a lot of sense.
That is the most powerful part too. It's just clarity in this lifetime, right? We're here to evolve, we're here to grow and have these experiences. And when you mentioned what you built too, why it's so humbling to join is I also can respect the 3 years, the grind that goes into building a business. And I think when we two talk spirituality, I hope that we can stand out, me and you, in this realm of like, hey, it isn't rainbows and butterflies. Like, yes, let's
Yeah.
manifest, let's feel these energies, but who's down to get through the shit? Because we got shit, we got trauma, we've got, environmental factors in the collective. It's not easy. And even those that maybe come for a reading, right? I might see them once. And, I think to your point, the philosophy that we've really built is questions. I can understand and look at a map, but to understand how it manifests in someone's life is you have to get to know them. And I love interacting to, at least for me, get really good to see the map, but ask the right question. That's something my mentor from day one, just embodied into me of don't always assume like you can be pretty spot on. And I've had some readings too where it's like, ooh, like that makes sense, of course, but to look in and reflect on this energy and reflect because the energy is there. It's a fact. It's how honest do you want to be with yourself? And then once we get to honesty, it's how could you harmonize this? There's no good or bad. There's just more harmony, more discomfort, but it is our intent, it's our mentality, and to the point of what you've grown is, no one's going to see some of the things when no one's watching. That's for all of us in life. But to be the best version of yourself and optimize these energies every day, such harmonious experiences, opportunities set in, and then you have an incredible opportunity to be the best version of yourself. And that will affect everybody around you. And I have a modern psychology kind of background. I'm progressing in a marriage and family therapist approach as well, where I know the value of a systematic approach and the system that plays a factor of when mom and dad are this and this effect on the kid. Like, man, just to be the best version of yourself, to know what your map looks like and manifest it is so powerful. And I think what's always fascinating when we do these in seasons is we always start talking with kind of the energy of the season because
Yeah.
we're starting with a lot of passion, a lot of power, a lot of fury, and that is Aries season to the bit. So that's just when we get more deeper into the examples of Aries season, like this is a prime example of the passion that's resonating off us because Aries is that fire sign and it is all about the passion and aggression to go towards something. And the rulership is the planet Mars. And I think we all in society knows Mars from whether it's things we see on Elon Musk and things like that. But in many, many years ago, when astrology was coming up, it was known as the planet of war. And the
Mm.
planet of war, right? The passion, the aggression, we can understand how those energies resonate. But these are going to combine into where is your Mars, where is your Aries in your chart. And one of my mentor's favorite words is always, where's your Mars at? Because it is going to stand out. It's going to have this fire to it. It's going to be a lot of passion and aggression towards it. You might see someone who has a high Mars or is an Aries sign, and they might look a little bigger, not like, but fit. Like you can kind of tell sometimes the physical appearance. I've met a lot of Aries where it just resonates off them because that identity is just very strong and they are very kind of not set in their ways, but they are down to get through this and find out a way to get it done. But yeah, we were talking with the Aries energy already in our conversation.
Yeah, I felt a shift totally from Pisces season into Aries season as of late. Like my physical body actually started to feel like better. Like so much better. I don't know if it's like a lightness about it because Pisces is very like internal, subconscious, deep, deep, deep. And then we go to Aries where it's that fire, like you go from water to fire, and it's kind of just like this fire under your ass to just like go, go, go. And also like what you said, a very like passion. So I started to get all these downloads of these things that are where I see myself, where I see holistic human performance going. And 3 years really is like a short time to be in business. In actuality, it's like a toddler. So it's cool to again see the evolution of this. And actually, I was looking at my Mars last night because, again, I'm just learning about myself and how I can apply. Like, seriously, I've learned so much from you and how I can apply this to my life. And I think my Mars, I forget what house it's in, but it's
Third house, Virgo.
Virgo. Virgo, that's what it was. Yeah. So I started to I don't remember what I was listening to, but it was talking about how you work, like your work ethic and like the best ways for you to work. And if you want to learn more about that, look at where your Mars is. And so I started to investigate that and I learned, I mean, like it makes so much sense that Virgo's there because I'm so like organized and just like kind of like if I need like a to-do list, especially just being an entrepreneur, like each day I'm like, okay, this needs to get done, this needs to get done. Like I feel at ease when I have a to-do
Oh,
list.
oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, I mean, you got a little Capricorn in there with to-do list, but the fire of how you approach it. And I think that's why with our astrology, right, we focus on the planets because the essence and flavor of these planets, there's so much variety. But the Virgo Mars is everything you just said perfectly. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful because that Virgo is hard work, how to get through things, how do I enjoy the process? And that Virgo energy can get scattered sometimes if I have a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I want to do, almost the resonating of I want to learn so much. I want to absorb. And the Mars flavor of that will be like, yeah, I'm gonna get that done. Absolutely. And the fact it's in your third house too is kind of the beautiful resonant of you're learning so much, right? This third house, it can mean siblings, it can mean learning, but it's also more communication, right? And that's why we do push a lot of our listeners like, hey, come for a reading and we can do it. You'll take a lot from just one because then you'll start to understand the foundational process to this and how to harmonize that. But the passion to communicate, the passion to get those things done is such a great Virgo energy to it. And that really would be our question for this season. Where is your Mars at? You have to start there because
Where's your Mars at?
where's your Mars at? Because we all got it, right? And if you're looking at feminine and masculine traits, right? I am not one that ever says a male is only masculine and a female has this. It's the traits of
Right.
all of us. We all have a nurturing side, we all have a passionate side. Everybody's got a Mars. Go find where your Mars is at because the manifestation of what that house resembles, it's going to play out in that regard. Yours is in the third, mine's in the fifth. The fifth house can mean about children. So I imagine, right now it's my cat because I think my cat's my kid, but I will die for that cat, right? And that's that Mars feeling. I will die for this. That's that war element. But the fifth house is also about creativity. It's about play. It's joy. So
Which is what you're doing.
right now, right? We're building things, we're
Yeah.
playing, we're talking astrology, playing, but in the past it was playing football, right?
Yeah.
This fun gamified, but seeing through the experiences, when I looked at Mars now, it was like, oh, I was in sales for a while. There are good people, they say, that do sales that have this Mars energy, but the reality of the circumstance for me is I just gamified the sales game and then realized as well deeper into my chart was like, oh, that seventh house partnerships, it was more selling one-on-one to people. So there's so much you can open up. But for people to zone in for this season, it's going to be find your Mars. Where is it at? And I don't even know you need to just know the houses. We're here for you to help. But just start thinking where this passion and aggression shows up in your life the most.
Yes. And I swear, excuse me, this has been a theme. I literally, with the client calls that I've had, energy healing sessions, like a theme in the collective, and where, they're, it's interesting that it's all about like training their intuitive muscle and like what brings them passion and joy in life.
Mhm.
And it's a reoccurring question that's coming up. I'm like, this is very interesting right now. Like all of a sudden, as we, where we're at, we're heading into springtime. And, even so, what a lot of people don't realize when we connect the emotions to it, anger is actually the flip side is passion.
Mhm.
So what, some tools that I talk about, yes, we have breath work, we have different things, but whenever I'm going through some type of like anger, right? There's that fire element. What passion is behind it that is causing this energetic emotion to come up with inside of you, and it expresses itself as anger. So what can you do to put your anger towards, like, what passion of yours, what can you maybe like you're painting, maybe you're drawing, like what are you passionate about? And as we are headed into spring, I am doing a spring equinox meditation, which this episode will probably come out after, but you can always catch the replay. The energy is still strong in spring. The organs that are connected to it are your liver and your gallbladder, which are connected to the emotions of anger, frustration, irritation, resentment, bitterness. Those are all fire elements. And so, how can we start to transmute that into more of like passion, kind of like maybe a passion project or being more creative? Like, how can you utilize that energy instead of festering maybe in that anger and resentment and, bitterness?
Oh, it's so beautiful, Jenna. Yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it too, because it's also knowing when to walk away from a fight with the anger too. And that's the energy has to go somewhere. And I think
Mm,
that's where, our collective approach to things of mental growth, mental hygiene, right? Is the reality that this energy is going to go somewhere, but what's the best place for it? Maybe it's a 5 mile run, right? Maybe it's MMA. Those are different environments than leaving a bar and being angry as hell at 2 in the morning. Like,
yeah.
so leaning into this season for everybody is going to be everything you just said resonating. Where do I want to direct this passion and this energy? Because it's there and it's such a beautiful part. Mars is a beautiful planet. It's great. It's incredible. This energy is incredible. But for everybody, I'm excited for them to lean in for the next few weeks here and let them really resonate into this fiery energy, because it can blossom into something really beautiful and it will just naturally take over because the energy is in our collective.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited for that. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out. If you're trying to navigate like this energy, that is what we're here for. If you're looking to get an energy, an astrology analysis reading, go head over to either the HHP app or holistichumanperformance.co/coaching. You can schedule with Jake. If you need more like coaching and energy healing, you can schedule with myself. But we're here for you. We're here to help. We have some amazing things coming up, and we're so excited for that. But yeah, I'm excited that Jake's on the team. Like, I'm so excited.
This is gonna be great. Great things ahead.
Yes. All right, guys. If you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.